right, one of the main questions we get when the market is volatile is which companies do we look at first for when the market turns? Given what happened late last night in the US, we've had 2-3% gains in the US indices. We're recording this now to help answer that question because it's going to be quite forefront for many people. So what we're looking at here is the Finer Market Points YouTube membership for Momentum Profile. So what that means is they get access to a portal, which is what we're looking at on screen, and that helps them filter, this is what we use, filter all of the tradable companies on the ASX and then rank them in many different ways. So first off, we want to be understanding which companies are the best opportunities and how do we do that using this filter and in the context of this market? Well, quickly running through the filters, we're looking at the last 2 weeks. Closing price, anything over 20 cents all the way up. I normally trade over 50 cents, but so many people, so many members like to trade in that space, so we'll keep them in there. Momentum score, kind of irrelevant in this type of market. Launchpad count in the last 30 days. So has it shown up in the Launchpad within the last 30 trading sessions? That's quite critical and counterintuitive. We'll get to that in a second. Lowest Coils rank, similar thing, but we really want to be seeing a rank up in the 70s. Our studies have shown that's optimal, and that's not what we expected when we created it, but so it goes. Quarterly RSI, many people read the text written by William O'Neill, Mark Minervini, and they use Investors Business Daily and that concept. While we love it, we use the quarterly momentum in Australia and we don't standardize it. We don't limit it to 100 because that loses so much information of telling us whether we're in a good market or a bad market. But the metrics there in case that's how you wish to be filtering it yourself. And then we toggle on a few filters. The main one we've got here is that the share price is within 2% of the quarterly high, 63-day high that we see there. So statistically, when the market turns, quite often the best performers out of that low, and we're talking when you look back months afterwards, the best performers were already right up near their highs as the market was still falling and forming its bottom. And when the market hit its bottom, normally they're really close to their highs and pushing new 52-week highs, yearly highs, within 2 weeks of that low. Obviously, we never know that until after the fact, but we just filter through the companies so that we're ready for when that market turns. We know which companies are on our shortlist. That's what we're doing here now. Having a look in the list, codes on the left-hand side, last price, momentum score, fairly straightforward. This is a counterintuitive one. How many times has it shown up in the Launchpad? All members get access to that list on Thursdays within the last 30 days. How many times? Now, we used to think it was the more the better, 4, 5, 9, 10, 15. It's actually about 4. 3 to 4 times is the optimal. That's what statistically it shows us. That's what the best performers get. They come into the Launchpad, show for a couple of days, and then bang, breakout. We'll have a look at some charts in a second. What we're going to do is look at the charts that have a low Coils rank within the last 5 days. Quite a complicated metric, but let's just run with the rule of thumb. The higher the number, the better performer that they end up being. And Gary and I have been monitoring this for years. That's what we've found. So we prefer the higher ranks. And lo and behold, the best performers on the list, well, they've actually shown up in the Coils rank in the 70s within the last 5 days. That gives you an idea of the charts. We're going to move this out of the screen, bring in a trading view chart so you can see them. And then I'll put this over to the right-hand side on another chart, on another screen, I should say, so that I can see the codes and punch them in for you. Now, PLS was actually a little bit further down. Where was it? It was ranked 65 in the Coils in the last 5 days. So that's one of the larger companies. And yeah, that's right up at the 52-week highs, really close. But the ones that showed up first, we saw 40X. TradingView doesn't like typing in numbers straight away. Doesn't like ASX tickers in that sense. But you can see 40X here. 3 days in the Launchpad within the last 30, and Coils rank was 72 within the last 5 days. OMA, so hasn't been in the Launchpad, went straight through, so jumped on beyond it and gapped up. 774 was the rank in the Coils in the last 5 days, so that's quite promising. It was showing up within the filter in that sense. TBN, what was that? 1 day on the Launchpad in the last 30 days, and 73 was its best rank in the Coils. I love this chart. Wouldn't trade it under 50 cents. Fully get that. But I love this. 1 day on the Launchpad in the last 30 days and 73 was its best rank in the Coils. I love this chart. Wouldn't trade it under 50 cents. Fully get that. But I love this. 1 day on the Launchpad in the last 30 days and 73 was its best rank in the Coils. I love this rally, contraction, rally, contraction. Okay, not sitting on top of the highs, but spending a lot of time near the previous highs and doing that while creating a volatility contraction pattern with a really nice tight coil here. So that's where it would be showing up, is rank 73 on the coils, right in this area. If you don't know what a volatility contraction pattern is, phenomenal momentum trading strategy. There's a quiz that we'll put in the description below. Free quiz, jump in there, learn about it, take it at your own speed. The point is to work through. It gives you Mark Minervini quotes, the concepts, and what really built it. So take your time on that one. Good time in the market to be building up that knowledge and refining it. So I really like that chart with TBN in that sense, a good example. BRK is another example, Brookside Energy. More volatile, but this one has been in the Launchpad 4 days in the last 30 and a Coils rank of 73. Jumping down, you're gonna have there was PLS and then TEA was another example. A lot of members traded that in the last rally. So these sort of movements, and you can see I've marked up the charts for myself for my own trades. But what we're looking for TEA showed up 7 times in the Launchpad, not good, and got ranked 65 in the call. So that was positive, but seeing it 7 times, not necessarily the best precursor to become a monster trader and a massive rally. That's how we filter it. This whole list, work through it in your own speed, identify the themes, the thematics that are driving the market, find that cluster, and that's what I'll be doing for my own trades. That's what we build this list for. So if you're not sure about YouTube membership and how to get access to this portal, or if you're sure whether it's for you, there's a whole quiz that we built for that. The point of the quiz is to go through the reports to understand what they are, where they're coming from, what they aim to achieve, how we use them, and how best to use them to get the most out of them. The point is to save us all the time of trawling through the markets for endless lists, endless filters, trying to find the best opportunities. I'd rather go surfing and cycling. So I built all of these lists to save myself time instead of doing hours of research to figure out, is it even a worthwhile market? No, I just jump in a couple of minutes. I know, no, actually, I'm going to go cycle for a few hours. That's what the list is for. Jump in, have a look at the quiz, see if it's right for you. And if you've got feedback on the channel, leave it below.